Hello everybody to a bright sunny day here in Texas. Feeding hay, no grazing. We're in a fall winter drought. All the ponds, everything are getting on about 4 feet low. That's pretty low. So trying to feed the cows everything they eat right now. There is just absolutely no grazing on the fields. You know, normally I would put hay rings around that hay. I had to go back and cut the strings off of it, but normally I put hay rings on. And that keeps the cows from wasting so much hay and all. But right now, they're not wasting no hay. Since they don't have anything else to eat, and I had those tubs of that syrup, it has that urea in it. That urea makes them hungry. So you want to keep plenty of like dry hay or feed out for them if you're going to put out a tub with urea inside the feed. That molasses with urea in it. But they're just sucking it all up, man. They're not even hardly leaving nothing laying on the ground. So I hadn't even been worrying about putting the hay rings. Now, one of the keys to that is don't put too much hay out. That way they have a little competition for it. So like they're really gathering up on those bales. And when they're having to compete more for it, they're not being so leisure standing there just pulling out, wasting hay. By them having to kind of compete to eat, they're really cleaning the bales up. So maybe where I need to set out 8 bales on this herd, maybe I'm only going to set out 5, but go more often right now. And that'll keep them circled up on it and not wasting it. You know, you don't want to spend all your time raising a crop, baling a crop, all that, and then it's spread out all over the ground. But that's how it's been right now, and it's been going pretty good. So I hadn't even been setting my hay rings on it. If they were wasting it, I would definitely have the hay rings on it and still put them in a little bit of competition to eat. Well, I'm gonna get on here doing this. I definitely have to go back and cut all that twine, and you don't want to leave that twine in your field. And so we gathered up some the other day where you miss it here and there, and we drove around finding it and getting it up, getting it in a burn pile. For instance, you can see here where I put out bales. Here where this manure is, right there and over there. Get my finger out of the way and it won't focus on my hand. You can see those 3 spots, and there's hardly any waste left on there at all. They will, you know, that outer layer on that bale, they'll pull it back and let it fall. But man, this is pretty cleaned up. It's not wet or muddy around it or nothing, because we're in a drought. And the thing is, look at all the manure out here on the field. That is fertilizer being put back. That is fertilizer. And so I'm feeding them out on this field here that I kind of wanted to fertilize. I'm using it like a feedlot right now, and I just keep moving the bales to a new spot. And the seeds that are coming out of this hay, there's gonna be a lot of ryegrass seed and oats and all that was rolled up in there. And that will be reseeding here on this field instead of me actually having to go out there and drill it in or throw it with a spreader. So I'm kind of getting a win-win. But if it was a muddy time of the year right now, like it normally would be, I probably wouldn't be able to do this as much, because it would kind of make a bog everywhere they're eating. But I'm gonna take advantage of the situation right now. See here where I put this bale? Look, there's hardly nothing left there. They are cleaning it up. And so now I'll choose a new spot right here. I'll come back out here in my pocket and I'll walk around, cut these strings. just come around, do them all instead of climbing in and out of the tractor. And so now that'll really lay the manure here. But I've been just putting it out a different spot here every time. There's a spot all over. Spreading seed, spreading manure, and it's pretty good, you know. I have another property that I'm going to be transferring these to. There, that white cow, she always goes to the last bell I sit down every time. She's like the leader. She's the smartest cow in this herd, that white one is. And whatever the newest bell is I put down, she goes to it. She follows me, she watches me. She is a smart cow. I'm really excited for her to have her first calf. We raised her as a calf. I got her, you know, if any of you wonder why I got one white cow, I got her on a debt somebody owed me, and they traded me the cow. She was just a calf at the time. And so we grew her off here, and she's at mature age now, and I'm probably pretty sure she's probably bred by now. Maybe while we're gone even she'll maybe have her first calf. We'll see. But she's pretty great. We like her. I've had numerous calves born here lately. Cows are just still coming out of the timber and all. There's more of them over in the woods. Realizing I'm putting hay out. Hello, mama. And you see what I'm talking about, competition on the bells, so they don't waste that hay. They're really gathered up on it, eating it, and nobody's having to be so leisure about it that they're wasting it all. Here's a couple of the new calves, but there's more calves besides the ones Melinda shared on her video. If y'all haven't seen, Melinda's got a channel, the Texas Filipina. Y'all subscribe to her if you would. She's only got a few videos right now, and she'll be getting a few more up right here in the next couple of days. So these other cows, they're coming up out of the woods and some yearlings right now, and they'll be on over here. I see them all scattered around everywhere, and they'll be on over here eating this hay up pretty soon. I see a few more right in front of me here. It's a group of young ones. They're not being real smart how to get on the other side of the fence. There's a gate on either end. Woo! Come on. Woo! They'll get it figured out. There's still some more I see back in the distance, and they're coming in. This cow's still over here finishing up some hay on the ground from the last bale that I put out. I'm saying now, they ain't wasting it, and it must taste pretty darn good to them. Here's another calf, that one there running, that one's born just here recently. It's on the other side of this cow. Good looking little old calf. So you see, there's three together right there.